Hey, Dave scored something cool today. Check out what we got in the car with us. That's right, we got an Atari 600 XL home computer. Never had an Atari home computer before, besides the little mini 400 that I've got. So looking forward to getting this thing unboxed and seeing what it can do. And yeah, we'll share that with you as soon as we get home.
All right, and now that we get the microphone working, how's everyone doing tonight? Good grief. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my friend. Look at her there. Wow. Hopefully I'm in the camera. I don't even know. I think I'm in the camera. We got a new addition to the family here today. Normally I'm all about mini computers and emulation and all that good stuff. Not today. Today is all about the real deal. We scored ourselves an Atari 600 XL, and I have not seen it in action yet. So we're going to unbox it here and plug it into the TV for the first time here tonight and see if this sucker even works. So here's to a chill stream. We're just gonna kick back, do whatever, and hopefully not knock my Atari Game Station Go off the top of this TV over here, because I got a weird feeling that it could happen. So I think I should probably move that to be safe. I kind of put it up there for the effect, but you know, I don't trust myself. All it takes is that one good knock on the table and everything goes down. So how's Good Grief doing today? What's new in your world? Anything? Anything? Yeah. So yeah, new toy here. Atari 600. Let's take a look at this box here. It's not often you even see things this old with an original box. From what I gather, I think this came out in about 1983. So what would that be? 25 plus 17, 35, 40, 42 years ago. 8-bit computer by Atari. Kind of a few levels up from the 2K Atari 2600. This thing has a whopping 16K of memory in it. Ooh, 16K. What could you do? What could you all do with 16K? Nothing new. Getting ready to put up Christmas lights for tomorrow. All right, getting ready to put up Christmas lights tomorrow. So you're digging everything out of the basement, getting everything ready to go. Yeah, luckily the wife and I had the urge as soon as Halloween was done, like the day after Halloween, we started doing the Christmas decorating. So we got a good jump on everything this year. Usually it's, the weekend after Thanksgiving. Well, Christmas stuff is up already. Presents are about 80% bought, about 70% wrapped. So we got a good start on things here. 16K. Yes, 16K. It does have a memory expansion slot where you can up it to 256 or 64. I think I'm probably going to do, if this thing works and we can breathe some life into it, I'm thinking about doing the 64K upgrade on the back of the expansion slot. There's some plug and play home kits you can get for around $40 or something like that. At that point, it would be equivalent to like the Commodore 64. It would run a lot more games than it can run in its present state. In its 16K state, there's only so many games you can run on this bad boy. Yeah, let's take a look at this box here. So we got a note here which you probably can't see, but it's the official home computer of the 1984 Olympics. So there you go. I mean, you can't ask for better representation than that. So we got the back side here. Any other computer with Atari sound and graphics, this many add-ons, so much software, built-in Atari Basic, all these extras, such convenient service, and this kind of I can't talk. This kind of price has to be another Atari 600 XL. Kind of a weird little catch. So you got the top of it here, the side of it, kind of the same thing. They didn't really get too creative on the edges of the boxes here. I will tell you, this sucker weighs a lot though. Holy cow, compared to a Commodore 64, this thing is a tank. Nice box. They got the Atari multicolored logo down there. This one stayed away from the brighter colors. They did a lot with the darker colors on this one. So let's go ahead and rip this open. We're not going to sit here and talk about this all night because we got better things to do, right? Oh, 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 oh. Got some styrofoam here. We've got a lot of booklets. We got a very nice 600 XL user manual in very, very nice condition. The design and typography on the back was well done. Good Grief is our marketing expert here. That's good because I wouldn't know left from right. But look at this. Just in case we do have problems tonight, we've got the official Atari service contract here. Oh, look at that. And it's in awesome condition. Look at that. We've got customer information, coverage available, payment, signature date. I wonder if I sent this in. If they would honor it. What else we got here? We got a little features manual, 16K expandable memory, over 1,000 software programs, 256 colors, and 4 voices. Built-in Atari Basic, self-testing, internal character set, easy TV hookup, worldwide service. Kind of a nice manual. It's got a comparison of all the specs of all the different computers here, Atari computers. VIC-20 TI-99 compares to all of those things in very good condition. What else do we got here? Good Grief loves the manuals and contracts. Atari Basic Guide. What is this? This is... well, it's actually teaching you to do some basic commands for if, then, traps, stops, ends, com, clear, data, close commands, all kinds of, yeah, and the book is in, once again, very good condition. It does have a phone number written on the top of here, maybe a girlfriend's phone number at the time or something like that. I don't know. What else here we got? Oh, aha! You're gonna love this, Good Grief. I wonder if I send this in. I've got an unfilled out warranty card here. That if I do go ahead and send this in, I can get a free Atari Connection magazine subscription. I mean, you can't beat that, can you? I'm going to start filling out my warranty right now. Not. All right, let's see what else we got in the big box of styrofoam. That's worth the price alone. The price alone was $0 at this point. I kind of looked it up online on eBay. As far as prices of these things go, you know, that eBay price that everyone's trying to get but they never sell is over $100, you know, around 100, 120. That's kind of what you're seeing these things go for on eBay, and they're not selling. There's some other ones that are marked down to like in the $80 range. Those are probably the ones that sell. I was looking at them the other day, and I got some offers, you know, emailed to me on eBay since I was looking at them. And the guys were offering like $50 for these things. So Atari 600s are not going for much nowadays. I would say 75 to 100 in good condition, with like if you have a few cartridges to throw in there with it. I don't know. I'm going to put my soda over here. So once again, I'm going to knock something over. Let's get the styrofoam off of this bad boy. And here we go. What do we got? All right, so here you have the Atari 600, and it looks like we have the power cord coming in with this thing. We got no AV connectors, but I think that's going to be okay for tonight. I think I've got this covered. We'll find out. I may have to go to eBay and make some additional purchases, but let's take this bad boy out of here. Let's take the power cord out of here. Power cord has a bunch of white paint or melted styrofoam on the cord or something, but it looks to be intact, no fraying wires or anything like that, so that's good. Let's get rid of the old styrofoam here. All right, now let's see if I can prop this up on something here. What do I got around here that I could prop this up on? This kind of looks interesting. Sorry for my big head. Here we have the Atari 400 Mini, another wonderful 8-bit computer by Atari, released by Retro Games in the last 2 years, and I use this all the time for my retro gaming needs. Basically, it does everything this Atari 600 XL does. Well, not everything, but software-wise, it pretty much does the same thing. And it looks like a real nice pedestal to lean the computer up on. I'm going to make sure not to wreck anything here. But we just want a little something like that. Let's even try and bring the camera in a little closer. Like I said, this is a experimental video. No idea what we're really doing, we're just doing it. Alright, I do notice something at first glance here. So here's the Atari 600 XL. I am noticing some of the buttons on the side are real stuck in. Oop, they kind of stick in, stick out. And I'm guessing if I look at this, like I haven't owned one of these, but so I think what's happening is the entire keyboard itself is kind of shifted over like a millimeter too far to the right, and these buttons are actually pressing up against this plastic. I mean, you won't see it on the video, but there's a real small, thin, dark brown plastic runner between the buttons and the light up board here. and these buttons are rubbing against here, causing them to stick down. So we're going to pop these keys off and see how the switches are underneath. Later on, I'll work at trying to shift this entire keyboard piece over just like a millimeter or two, just to get these buttons freed up so they don't stick against the housing. But keyboard is in really good shape. It feels good. None of these keys are stuck down or broken. Cartridge slot up on top for your cartridges that we're going to be hopefully using soon. We got the back, we got serial number, blah, 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 blah. It's in very good condition. The plastic is very good. It's not yellowed. I don't know if these computers yellow at all, but this one is in excellent looking condition. You got some ports on the back. You got your power switch, power cord, channel 3 and 4. Who remembers that? You know, you got to toggle whether you're going to be playing on channel 3 or 4 or 2 and 3 or whatever it is. You got your switch box. This is going to be what we're going to be hooking up to. This one, the Atari 800 XL has an extra monitor port here that we don't have. So we're stuck with trying to get this RCA port working. This guy over here is where the memory expansion is going to go. And this guy over here is your peripherals. So if you have like a tape drive or a disk drive, something like that, I don't appear to have anything like that. So we're not going to be doing any saving of games at this point. But yeah, like I said, it's got 2 joystick ports. It accepts your 9-pin Atari joysticks. It accepts also Atari paddles. So I don't know how many paddle games are available on the 8-bit home computers, but if this thing works, we'll find out, right? Because we are going to try and get the most out of this. So that's our Atari 600 XL at first look. We're going to just back this camera up a little bit here so we can kind of talk about what our game plan is here with this thing. Love me some paddle games, he says. Yeah, and it's got a lot of games that you would have on the 2600. You know, it's got your Circus Atari, it's got your Activision Kaboom, it's got your Breakouts, it's got your Arkanoids. You know, a lot of similar games to, I think the Commodore 64 actually allowed paddle controllers too. The newer ones, the emulation ones that I have, will not be compatible with paddles, but if you had an original Commodore 64, I believe paddles work with those things too. Alright, so what we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop these side keys off and just make sure the micro switches underneath aren't sticking as well. You know, I'm almost 100% sure it's a housing issue, that the keys are just stuck against the housing. So let's do that. Let's take those keys off of there first. We'll bring this camera back up. I don't know how this is going to work. We're just kind of winging it, like I said. I did bring a screwdriver. I got a couple tools up in the room here. These should be pretty easy to pry off if I remember. So I had a buddy that had one of these, so I kind of know a little bit about it, but not much. It was like when I was a kid, like when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old, and you don't really understand the workings of the computers. You just want to play games. And yeah, kind of similar to today, right? I just want to play games. So those should just lift right off of there. Small little square. So everything's in really good, besides these sticking keys over here, everything seems in frickin' excellent condition. No big scratches, no crayon marks across the top. You know, there could be so many things wrong with these, and at first glance, this thing looks to be in awesome condition. All right, so we got our keys taken off here. Let's test these. All right, so at first glance, yes, I'm 100% certain that it's the housing that's slowing these keys down. If the switches underneath these keys work perfect, the spring loads release every single time, none of them stick. So that is really good news, because nothing would be worse than a broken keyboard, right? An unusable keyboard. Once again, keys feel awesome. All right, so next step is we kind of want to plug this thing into our TV and check this out. So let's see if it gets power first of all. I'm going to move the Game Station Go over here. We're going to take our big ass power brick and we're going to plug this in behind the table where I'm sitting here. What do you think? Do you think we got a good chance here today? Remember last time I did this with a CRT TV, and the CRT TV was like DOA. Okay, I kind of got some good feelings about this one here today. I'm kind of, as far as it powering up, I don't know how it's going to be as far as if we're going to get a signal to the TV or not. All right, so we're plugged in. Let's just do the power first. We're not going to hook up any AV. Let's see if we get the little power light down in the corner. I think it's right around here. 3, 2, oh wait, would help if I'd actually plug it into the back of the computer, right? And there she goes. We've got a red light, we've got power. That is step 1. That is a good sign. Depending on how far we get tonight, I actually do have some surprises in store. Because as I had mentioned, this is all that's in the box. We don't have any kind of disk drives or cartridges or tape drives, anything like that. But so we don't really have much to do on here once we get it confirmed that it's running and we'd run the hardware tests. But I do have a surprise that maybe we can get working here tonight, depending how far we get. All right, so with that being said, let's power off. Let's go ahead and we're going to experiment a little bit. First thing we're going to do, actually, we're not going to do it because I know it's not going to work. I got to sneak in here next to the camera. Got to grab some cables here. All right. So here we have our normal component cables. This is what you would use to plug in any old school, like a PS1, things like that, to the back of your TV. We got jacks on the front of the TV to allow this. The back of the Atari does have an RCA jack, but this is not an RCA jack. This is an all-in-one. So basically what we're going to need, I think, to pull this off is we're going to need a cable running to, if you remember those old style Atari boxes, those AV switch boxes that you can slide back and forth. We need to run this port into one of those switch boxes, and then from the switch box we need to connect to the screw-in coax cable on the back of this TV. And guess what? I don't have that box, but I do have some other options for us. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to try the straight in plug, and I'll guarantee you it's not going to work, but just for giggles, we're going to try it anyway. We're just going to go to the video. We're going to plug it in. We're going to turn it on. We're probably not going to get any kind of picture or anything. As you can see, no picture or anything. Nothing. All right. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to still utilize this cable. We're going to plug in the yellow cable. Doesn't matter what color we plug in. All of these are the same. And this is our moment of truth, because this is what I have to try to save the day. And if this doesn't work, I may have to make an eBay purchase of like $15 or something crazy like that. I've got a cool bullet-sized adapter here. What this is RCA on one side, and then it's actually coax on the other side. And I was doing some reading on a website today about different ways to hook up your Atari 8-bit computers, and the guy actually talked about this connection. I didn't think he was going to talk about it because he was talking mostly about switch boxes and the quality of switch boxes and which ones are better than the other ones. Size matters. But then right at the end he started talking about these adapters, and he didn't say it didn't work. He did not say it did not work, but he exclaimed on his webpage that the problem with using these is that when you want to go back to watching TV, you got to unscrew them and take them off and put your TV coax back in place. So that is, just reading that is very good news for us, because that means these work. And I'm not going to be changing this out on this TV for anything else, because I don't use coax for anything. So as far as I'm concerned, we can leave it plugged in all day long. So there we go. We've got RCA into coax. The only other question I got is my RCA cable that I'm using. This one is a very low quality RCA cable. It's really thin. It doesn't have hardly any shielding to it. Will it work? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think our chances are here? Let's go around the back of this. Plug it in. Say a few nice things to the computer gods. So on the back of this TV, I do not have the rabbit ear connectors, or whatever you call those two little dual screw plug things with the clips, alligator clips. All I have is coax. So I'm kind of hoping this works. Isn't that slick? Sounds like something my grandma would say. Or my grandpa. All right. So yeah, we're going to try and run this on our little 13-inch TV that we got. All that's left is to set it to channel, whatever channel we want to put it to. Let's to channel. Let's use channel 3, because channel 3 was always my go-to channel back in the day. Channel 2 was sometimes CBS in our area. So I avoided channel 2. Channel 3 was the place to go. All right, let's, how do we channel up, channel down on here? 03. Oh, look at that. We've got static. This is the first time I've used the coax or any kind of TV functionality besides the game port on this thing, so this is kind of exciting for multiple reasons. All right, with that said, let's let her flicker, right? Drum roll, please. Bing! Oh, we got response. Holy shit, is that picture horrible, but it works. There is so much interference in that screen. Holy crap. But I'm sitting at a ready prompt, and it appears to be ready to go. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me put the mic next to the speaker. Not sure if you can hear that, but we've got audio. We've got, I guess, whatever you can call this video. It's pretty damn ugly looking. Probably looks better on the stream. We got a lot of lights going in here too, so. Holy cow, baby. This thing works. Now, we want to go through and actually, while you're enjoying this beautiful blue screen with these random characters typed all over the place, I'm going to see if a different set of cables makes a difference, because I think I have a better / different set of cables in my little side compartment here where I keep all my extra wires and joysticks and things like that. Everyone's got one of these boxes, right? I have a whole footstool dedicated to this. I think we showed this off before in one of our streams. So I'm going to go looking through a couple bins here while you look at that pretty blue screen. Looking for, oh, do I see colored cables? Oh, I don't. That's too bad. Now, I did see online, and I didn't want to just run out and purchase it because I don't want to purchase things until I know this is working. But there was and I don't expect the quality to be anything good, but it's got to be better than this, but a coax to HDMI connection. Probably a horrible idea, but you know, for streaming purposes, maybe it's not too bad. All right, I found one cable here. This cable is very old. I've had it around for a long time, but it is, at first glance, much better quality than what we're using. If I could eliminate some of these lines on the screen, it'll be good. I got one more bin here to check, I think. Ugh, I got so much shit in this damn footstool. Might as well keep this out. I'm gonna need this box. I'm gonna need, if you can guess what's in this box that I'm pulling out that you can't see right now. Oh yes, I have one of those in my cord box. I had a real good set of them. Like, I don't want to say like monster cable quality, but I hope I didn't like pitch them. Alright, 2 more bins to look in. I'll let you tell some jokes amongst yourselves. Have a few laughs. Nope. This is not looking good, kids. As far as replacement cables. Alright, that's all we got. So we're going to try this alternate cable we pulled out. We're going to put some of these back into the bin here so I can actually sit here and use this as a chair. Alright, let's go ahead and swap cables out. We're going to go red to red. We could also try a different channel. You know, it probably wouldn't hurt to try another channel. Let's see if this gets any better here. Oh, holy crap. That did make a huge difference. We have a much better picture. I mean, it's not super crystal clear, but I would say 60 to 70% of the screen artifacts just went away. And I think it's time to change. I don't even know if you can hear the background music, but we're going to change that up. This song is called Happy Smiles. All right. So that is promising. We got a much better picture. That gives me hope for the coax to HDMI. Okay, so let's run. We're going to run some self-diagnostics on here. If I remember right, I read somewhere or watched a video that if you turn off the unit and you turn on the unit and you hold down the option button, I think it goes into a self-test. Look at that. The text is actually clear enough to read on here. This is actually working out pretty good. Can you read that okay on the stream? It looks pretty dang clear. All right, so we got memory, audio, visual, keyboard, all tests. So let's just select start or reset. Let's go start. Don't know how long this takes to read 16K of RAM, but it's going. Maybe if I turn off this light over here, we won't get so much reflection on the screen. And then what is this light? Hey, the fact that you can read that through a webcam on the stream off of my TV is pretty good. It kind of makes me wish I would have kept my super duper high quality cable that I got. Well, the light I just moved I don't think was the light that's shining in the TV. I think the lights that's shining in the TV is that one. Oh well, we're just gonna have it shine in the TV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It looks like it's still working its way through here. We'll just back up the camera. Give it a little raise here. So 16K of RAM. Like I said, the Atari 2600 was 2K of RAM. So you'd expect the games to be somewhat better on here, right? A lot of the cartridges do work on here for the Atari 400. The Atari 800, like these shaped computers. Because at least I think they do. I think I heard that the cartridges you use on this or the 800 will work on here. It's all 8-bit, but when you talk about the 800 XL computer, that comes with more memory packed into it. I think it's 64K, kind of equivalent to a Commodore 64, right? And you can play different and better games with it. So I think what we'll do is we'll test this out and see what it can do at this point, and then from there determine if we need to seek out a memory upgrade or not. So it's still chugging away here. Well, I guess since it's working, well, let's go through the test first before we talk about this. I was going to talk about the little surprise that we're going to use in the stream, but we're going to wait to see how the tests go, just in case this thing has some major issues. I don't know if this keeps cycling through everything. And since it's all green on the screen, green is good. And if it were to be yellow or orange or red, maybe it would be bad. And maybe it just keeps looping, I don't know. If I looked at one of those manuals I had, I bet it would tell me. We'll let it loop through one more. Yeah, I think it's just doing the same thing over and over again. So let's do reset or help to exit. Let's do help. Let's go audio visual. Where's our cursor keys here? Do we not have up, down, left, right? Oh, here it is. Control. How do we go? Select, start or reset. Audio visual, let's see what this does here. Ooh, it's playing music. All right, so I don't know if you can hear that. It was going through. It's going through all 4 channels. And it seems to be working. So the voice is working. Oops, what did I just do? I think I exited. Let's go back into these tests one more time. Let's do our keyboard test. Where's our select? Alright, so keyboard test. I'm assuming this is going to be a manual thing here. Alright, so let's do keyboard, start. Where's start once again? So far so good. Let's just go across the top. You're probably not going to see it, but escape is highlighting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, left, right, backspace or BS. It's the BS key. Let's go second row, tab, Q, W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, P. Everything checks out on that row. Control button doesn't really register. So far so good. Shift keys don't really register once again, spacebar. So it looks like our keyboard is fully functional. We're going to turn this light on again because we got a little more light going on, which is nicer. All right, so we did memory, we did audio visual, we did keyboard. So basically all tests that we can check for passed so far. So then we got this is such an exciting stream. We got the bots coming in to try and get some best viewers on blah.com. All right, so what's next here? So we got the power, we've got the audio, we've got the picture, we've got the keyboard, we got some sticky buttons that we're fine with. That's something we can work with down the road. But functionality, this thing is checking out so far. This is nice. I don't think you can do... I thought there were ways to do joystick tests, like for the joystick ports. But I could be wrong. Look at that. We just happen to have a Atari CX40 joystick here with the 9-pin connector. So let's plug that in. Not sure if it's port 1 or port 2. I'm guessing port 1. Commodore 64 was a weird beast that the default joystick port was actually 2, and then if you used 1, it actually emulated like some of the keyboard keys and stuff. So yeah, so far so good. All right, so I guess we're to the point of where we can talk about the surprise here. So no cartridges for this thing, no games to play. All I could do is type in a DOS program not a DOS program, a basic program, and run it, and then I still have like no way to save it because I have no save devices. Actually, with all these characters on the screen, I'm starting to get some more screen artifacts. Maybe with the sound, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So let's go 10, print, where's my quotes? This is the Atari 600 XL, end quotes. 20, oops, 20, go to 10. It's kind of weird because the return key is up. It's up one level than what you're used to. And the caps key is where the return key usually is. So that's kind of interesting. Let's run this. Oh, look at that. This is the Atari 600 XL. So basic is basically working here. But we want to play some games, right? So I don't have any game cartridges, but I do have this little guy. This little guy was something that I picked up kind of in anticipation of this, I guess you could say. It's called A8 Pico Cart. And I'll let you guess what this thing does. Is yeah, basically you can put this in your cartridge, boot up the system, and play your games that you've transferred over to this, because that's how we do things nowadays with emulation, right? So let's see, does it even fit in here? It's supposed to. Oh, there we got a nice snug fit. Let's boot this up. Look at that. Okay, so this is interesting. It actually comes preloaded with a couple games. Because I haven't used this cartridge yet. I haven't plugged it into my computer to move anything over to it. But yet, I'm looking at the boot menu, and there's 6 games on here. Donkey Kong, Frogger, Joust, Miner 2049er, Ms. Pac-Man, and Pole Position. You know what? At least I don't remember putting anything on here. I have had this for a week or two, so I guess it's possible that these are some of mine. So I guess all we can do is grab the joystick, and it's kind of nice because this menu is actually friendly to the joystick. So let's click on Frogger and see what happens. My brightness is way down on the screen because of knowing that I was going to stream. I'm like really tweaking this thing out here. All right, we get the idea. I'm not going to get a perfect picture on here for the stream. All right, we've got audio, we've got Frogger music, and we are hopping. We are hopping around the screen. We're gonna get the lady frog. So she's working. For all intensive purposes. Response is really good. Joystick feels great. Really good response on here, obviously, because this is the real deal hardware. We're not going to get like input lag or anything like that. Oh, got a little ambitious there. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. I cannot disagree with that. All right, so we got Frogger. I think to reset the Pico cart, I don't know if you, I think you just push the button here and that freezes the game. And if it doesn't bring up your menu, then you just power cycle it. And now the screen is like super bright because of all the changes I made. Pole position. Holy cow, that is bright. Let's go all the way down and see. That's kind of. We got contrast too. We can take down. There we go. I think we get the idea here. All right. Let's hit the start button. Prepare to qualify. So this one controls pretty much like the Atari 2600 version where it just does the gas pedal automatically. And basically you just shift up and down for your low and high gear. Joystick works great on here. So I will look for different ways to get the picture better, obviously. Maybe once I'm off the stream and I can change the television for normal viewing, because you always have to tweak it with brightness and contrast and everything to get it to show on the stream halfway decent. Maybe it'll look 100 times better when I get off of the stream and just use normal TV adjustment settings. Alright, so that's game reset. So yeah, it's working great. Little Donkey Kong. This is the Atari version of Donkey Kong. This is not Nintendo's version of Donkey Kong. They actually did license Atari out for home systems to do some Donkey Kong. Oh, and this runs beautiful. It plays good on emulation. Never have any problems with it. But it'll be interesting to do a side-by-side emulation comparison, because this obviously runs a whole lot smoother I mean, this runs like butter on here. And I don't remember that kind of feeling on emulation. I mean, it ran good on emulation. Borderline perfect. So yeah, next steps will be to try out some more things with the Pico cart. Look into probably the HDMI adapter, I'm thinking. If a camera that follows me around, I don't know. That would be kind of nice, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna want to try the RF to HDMI converter. I'm kind of scared. Maybe I'll look for some reviews, but it'd be nice to be able to plug this in and stream it instead of just pointing a camera at the screen and then playing on a lower quality picture because of how dim I have to make this for the stream. But yeah, this thing is working good. All I got to do, my only to-do list really as far as repairs is to figure out how to adjust the keyboard there with those silver buttons. Because like I said, they get stuck. As soon as I put this one on, it stuck down. First try, second one stuck down. Third one stuck down. I mean, but yeah, the unit's in really great shape. Oh man, I can't complain about this at all. So I told the guy I'd give him, like, if it's in working condition, since it's not coming with any games or peripherals or anything to use with it. It doesn't even have an AV cable, so I'm gonna have to stick some money into this. You know, if the eBay ones are shipping for like $50 to $75 with just the basics, and that even includes like your TV tuner and stuff like that. You know, I told them on the side, I said, well, if it works, I'll give you $40 with it for it. If you want more than $40 for it and you want to deal with whatever issues come up with this, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you want it and sell it for more money. But, you know, this is definitely not something I need in my inventory, especially since I have things like this that, you know, everything on here and more, you know, is the same thing that this does, really. So it's not like I need the extra computer. I don't have storage room for it, and I'm going to have to maybe just keep it in the basement, and who knows, maybe it stays in the basement. But I think it has some potential. I never owned an Atari computer before, so this is a very cool thing. And sure, now it doesn't want to boot up. Maybe because I got that cartridge in there. So that's it. That is the Atari 600 XL experience. What do we think? Yay or nay? I myself think it's a yay. I think it's pretty cool. It'd be cool if I ever talked to my buddy from high school that actually had his Atari system. I had the Commodore. He had the Atari. My other buddy had the Apple IIc computer, so as we rotated around and hung out with each other at each other's houses, we always had something different to play. It was kind of cool. We didn't all have the same thing all the time. Oh, I see what's going on. My button is stuck down, so that's why I'm not getting the ready prompt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pop those keys off and just keep them off. It looks so nice with them on there, though. Those stainless steel looking key toppers. So now I'm expecting when I turn it on, we'll just leave this one on because it's looks nice. Now I should get the ready prompt. There you go. Now it's ready for some basic action. So yeah, that's it. Atari 600 computer. We got it powered up. We got some video connection to it. We did some gaming on it. We tried out the multi-cart here. We got to fix some things with the keys, but I would call this a highly successful journey here. I think that's it. We'll have more for you as we dabble more with the Atari 600 and figure some more things out. But for now, once again, we'll have this video over on YouTube, because we do a lot of our demonstration videos over on YouTube. We'll have it over on Twitch for a short while. And if you like this kind of stuff, if you love variety streams, you never know what you're going to get when you visit us here at OSGTTV. Make sure to throw us a follow on Twitch or a subscribe on YouTube, and hopefully you get to see some more stuff like this real soon, as we're always playing with something, right? So have a good night, everyone. Good grief, thanks for stopping by. Hope your Christmas excursion tomorrow goes awesome. And yeah, we'll see everyone real soon. Thanks.